everyone, in today's video I'll be showing you a different technique for using pigments over a gel polish. If you've worked with gel in the past, you may have tried to use pigments using the sticky layer of the gel after it cures. And while that's a perfectly acceptable way to do it, if you would like a really super smooth, almost metallic finish with your pigments, this is the technique that I would recommend. Now, you may have been seeing this on the, in maybe some groups. It's become kind of popular now. I actually saw this technique or read about it from Angela Zeleny. She's a friend of mine who we're both in the same gel polish groups, and she's actually the first one I heard about using this technique about 3 years ago. And, you know, better late than never, I decided to go ahead and try it because I just couldn't wrap my head around the technique at first. So I decided to try it, and I have to say that you will not get better results than doing it this way. So the three things that you're going to need, of course, are your pigments. You will need a no wipe top coat. And you will need a silicone tool like this. This is called a flat chisel. It is a firm silicone kind of, I don't want to call it a brush, but for a better word, I guess that's essentially kind of what this is. So the pigments that I worked with, I got from Did Spade. These are their SuperShift colors. These are pigments that are they sell for adding to paints for automobiles. I personally don't have a problem using it on my nails, and hopefully once I get this manicure taken off, I'll go ahead and try these pigments next. They will sell you sample sizes. This is a 1 gram sample, and they're not, 1 gram is not, in my opinion, it's not very cheap. This runs about $7.65 for 1 gram. It doesn't look like much, but with this technique, you use very, very little compared to putting the pigment into the sticky layer. You'll use so much less, and so this could potentially last you a long time. So again, through Did Spade, this runs about I believe it was $7.65 for 1 gram, and I think for 5 grams it was something like $34, $35, something like that. And these are their shades that I got here, and this is their Wildfire shade. It goes from a gold to a rose, kind of a rose gold color. When I saw this online, I was like, okay, well, I'll get it. It actually has become probably my favorite over the green and purple shift. But as you can see here, gorgeous, gorgeous shift. So this is the Wildfire. The next one is Solace. This is a purple to blue shift, as you can see here. Lithium is this one has the least kind of dramatic shift in my opinion. You can't really see it on camera. It has almost like a champagne gold, kind of like, well, it still looks kind of green, but it's almost like a champagne gold and then to a green. And still, it's quite pretty. And this one was my favorite, and I knew it would be. This is the Invictus. This is the purple to green or blue. It's absolutely gorgeous. And on the nail, as you can see, these are somewhat kind of metallic-y looking in the envelopes here. And using this technique with any kind of remotely metallic looking pigment, you will get an almost, not quite mirror, but pretty darn close look to these. So on the left you have the Invictus. The one here is the, which one is that? Sorry, not Invictus. The green one is Lithium. This is the one that you can't really, on camera, I have a video that shows it better when I have it in indirect and direct lighting outside, but this is still quite a beautiful color if you like green. This is the Invictus. This is the purple to kind of the teal color. You can actually see that better this way, kind of far away. Purple, and then it kind of goes to that teal blue. This is the, let's see, Solus, the purple to blue. And this is the Wildfire. That goes to that beautiful gold to that beautiful rose gold color. Gorgeous. So as you can see, quite metallic looking on the nail. And the reason that you get that metallic look is with the no wipe top coat. And the reason for the no wipe top coat is you're basically using, I suppose, the similar method to like gilders used when they gilt frames with gold or silver leaf, and they kind of burnish that silver leaf into it, and you're kind of getting the same result using the silicone tool here, and kind of like a static electricity type thing going on. And I'll show you here in my samples that we'll do here in just a moment. Let me get that set up and we'll be right back. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started with our sample. Now, most of these, in fact, all of these pigments look better over black. So what I did is one coat of black velvet, and then I did a coat of the Accents Shine On No Wipe top coat. It leaves no tacky layer whatsoever, and this is the important part about getting the best possible finish for this. So that's cured, and now we're ready to go ahead and apply our pigment. I'm going to start with the Wildfire, and like I said, 1 gram doesn't seem like that much. However, when I show you how much that you'll need, you'll realize that this will go quite a long way. So you see it's sticking to the inside of the envelope here. And what I'm going to do is just take my brush, and I'm simply going to swipe it, the flat side of the chisel part on both sides. You're going to have about that much. As you can see, that's not much at all. Compared to if you were putting this in a sticky layer, you'd be probably using 3 or 4 times that. But so get your sample. I'm going to set my thing here. All right, now we're going to take our pigment and we're simply going to essentially burnish this. Just rub it right into that top coat. Now you're essentially using basically static electricity here for those microscopic particles of pigment, and if there's any metals in there, which there are, because in the sunlight you can really see the sparkle. So as you can see, I'm simply burnishing it in there, and then I'm using just long strokes to wipe off the excess. As you can see, I did not take any more on my tool here, and it completely covered that sample. So you can see very, very tiny amount is all that's needed. for this technique. And it's absolutely gorgeous. You get that metallic chrome look. It is quite metallic looking. You can see things there in the finish. Now, as with any use of pigments over a smooth surface like this, you need to make sure that you leave some sort of edge along the sides here. And what I would recommend, you can use the same tool. Wipe it off and then just remove a tiny amount around the border, the tip, and on the sides. So just go all the way around it to leave just the smallest border around it, and then you're ready to top coat that. Alright, so once you have your border cleared, you're ready to go ahead and top coat. I would recommend using the Accents Shine On, or whatever your preferred no wipe top coat is. Anything with a sticky layer just is not going to give you the best possible finish. Also work quickly. Letting any top coat, even a no wipe, sitting on these pigments will cause them to rise up into the top coat, and you're left with a frosty finish rather than a smooth metallic finish. So what I'm doing here is I'm simply removing whatever minute amounts of pigment that are left that did not get burnished into the surface. And now we're simply ready to top coat. I like to simply float the top coat over it, trying not to touch the surface any more than I have to. Be sure to seal those edges. If you've worked with pigments before, you know sometimes you can get peeling if you don't get a nice border around there for the seal. And now you're ready to cure that, and we'll be right back. Alright, now we have our cured nail, and you can see that glorious metallic finish and the beautiful shift between the gold and the rose color. It's really a beautiful, beautiful pigment. We'll do one more so you can see again how the technique works. Alright, to clean the tool, I'm simply going to spray it with some alcohol and remove that, and then we'll move on to our next color here. Just going to do one more sample for you so you get the idea. This is our Invictus, which is the teal to purple shift. Beautiful, beautiful color. Again, I'm only taking what's kind of stuck to the envelope. You don't need any more than that. Trying to get this to focus correctly. All right, now we're ready to go ahead and burnish that into the top coat. Once you have that on there, I'm just going to take a few quick swipes, make sure I've got the last bits of powder off of it. And again, you have a beautiful shiny mirror finish and that gorgeous color shift. And again, one good coat. You could do two. I know that Angela has suggested that to get the longest possible wear from this, do your first top coat, cure it, give it a light buff once it's cured, especially around the edges, and then apply another top coat, another layer, and then you're good. Again, just don't let the pigment or the top coat sit on that pigment for too long, or it's going to rise up into your top coat. So we'll go ahead and get that cured and be right back. All right, so here are our two samples that we did. You can see how beautiful, metallic-y, ultra smooth that finish is, and all just by using the no wipe top coat and the silicone tool. I will go ahead and leave links to where you can buy the pigments, the top coat, the tool. You could probably find, I'll leave you links where you can probably find them for a little less expensive than what I paid for a full set for me. And I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. If you have any questions for me, go ahead and leave them down at the bottom. I'll also leave a link to Angela's website. She is going to have, I think she's taking pre-orders now for her Chromageddon, which is a real silver. It's going to be even prettier than the chrome gel polishes that we've tried so far. So can't wait to get my hands on that. And until next time, I will see you guys later.